What's up, Real Sexy Salmon? I'm back with what's going to be the second part of my tier list, and yeah, we're just going to kick it right off. Capito, S tier, secondary hard breach gadget with another really cool ability for area denial. Good gun with a 1.5 times sight. There's a reason he's banned all the time in Pro League. Cav, D tier. Now you'll notice a trend with some of the characters here, like Amaru, Frost, Clash, Fuse, Oryx to a certain extent, is that these guys are gonna run rampant in your silver, bronze, low gold games because low MMR players just do not know how to deal with them. So that's what Cav does, but you will never see a played in Pro League, and if someone's playing them in, I mean, I would say gold one and above, maybe gold one and above, they're gonna get stomped on because people drone in those. People drone in those. People stay in pairs. They don't get caught off by themselves. Echo, I mean, it's obvious. There's a reason he is banned 99% of the time. Um, a good gun, even with the loss of ACOG, it's still a good gun. Decent secondary gadgets, bearing 9, and then but the cherry on top is the ability. You can win games as Echo without ever touching the trigger, without ever firing a bullet. It's just, yeah. Gridlock. I think I'll put Gridlock in C tier. Good area denial. I mean, it's not on the level of Capito, and good flank watch, but it's not on the level of Nomad. So yeah, it's a little trying to get the best of both worlds, but not really pulling it off. Her guns are great. 3 armor though. You can fit it in your team. It just takes a little working around. Habana, A tier. I mean, on a map like Clubhouse, Bank, she's essential to get all the hatches. Great guns, great ability, um, great secondary guns. Secondary gadgets aren't bad. If you like playing Ash but you need a hard breacher, I think Habana's a good pick. She can play on those frag heavy maps like Coastline, and no, and she can do really well. Yeah. Jackal, I'm gonna put Jackal in A tier because I don't think he's as busted as he used to be. But he's still definitely very strong. Counters a lot of the picks you'll see like here. He counters Oryx, Cav, Alibi, um, you know, Ella to a certain extent. All of these sort of operators, these roaming sort of operators, which I mean, Bandit Jaeger, they're very prevalent and a great gun. Smokes always nice to have, and a shotgun secondary. It's a great combo. Kaid. Now, Kaid is one of my favorite defenders at the moment, especially with the new 1.5 scope on his AUG. It was always a little underpowered in my opinion, but now it's really starting to compete with some of these assault rifles. So that's a good change to see. Great gadget, better than bandits in my opinion. But no, and barbed wire or C4, both great options. And I mean the secondary is that's another matter. But so Legion also A tier. I mean, not as good as it used to be. Still really good with the sound cues and such. But no, that's he's still good. He can still watch doorways really well, slow down attackers really well. Longer he survives, the stronger he gets. Uh, a great SMG with a great sight and impacts. What else could you ask for? Mirror also going to be A. We're on a streak here. She's not as insane and 100% ban worthy as she used to be, but still very strong on certain maps. I mean, especially Bank. You're thinking lockers. That mirror setup has been dominating for years, and no, she still gets banned a decent bit, and she still gets picked when when she's not banned. So yeah, I mean, Vector C4, broken broken ability. Mozzie A. A mate told me I better put Mozzie in S, but no, he's definitely an A. He's got a bit of an odd ability in my opinion. It's a bit like the combination of Mute and Valkyrie that it restricts drones from getting in, but then even if he gets a drone, he sort of becomes like a backup Valkyrie in a way. So really good. I mean, C4, nice to have. A very good gun. I mean, I think it's on the level of the MP7 or the 416 or something like that. Nomad, I think I'll put Nomad in A as well, but she's a bit on the weaker side of A. Um, Guns aren't great. You're not going to be winning every gunfight with those guns. Gadget is really good though, just for watching flanks, cutting off rotations, just for the sound cues and stuff. Really good at what she does, which is why I think she's placed so much higher above Gridlock and stuff. I mean, it's like having 3 claymores on your team. Ying, I think it's gonna be B, although I think she is gonna be one to watch out for this season with the new hard breaching and the fact that she has all of the sights on her gun now. So she is going to be a lot stronger than we are used to. Her ability is still really good. It just takes a little bit of working around with your team. You can, you know, you can, you have to get other flashes to burn the ADSs so then you can ying in. But the fact that she gets that secondary hard breach, I think, is going to be really strong and a really good improvement for her. Rook, I think I have to just put Rook in A because he's just an average operator. He just does what he does, and he's the only one who can do it. So that just makes him very unique and very invaluable. He just, I mean, a buff to all your teammates, can be down more than once. It's pretty strong. Um, and he's a good setup as well. He drops the armor, and especially in this new update where the reinforcement pool is introduced. I mean, other operators like Capcom. Another topic I forgot to talk about when I talked about Capcom is that usually when you play Capcom, you have to place all 5 of your traps around the map in unexpected locations, and then you have your 2 reinforcements left, and you get called out for throwing or something. Now Rook is going to be able to take the place and take those 2 reinforcements and do 5 or 6 reinforcements maybe. And other operators like Jaeger, I mean, Jaeger has a lot of setup. Maestro has a lot of setup. Mute has a lot of setup to a certain extent. So yeah, I think operators like Rook that don't require a lot of setup are going to become a lot stronger because they're going to be able to do more for their team than they once were able to. Sledge, also just your average. Yeah, Sledge is a very good operator. I mean, L8, always strong. SMG11 as your secondary, also very strong. A good ability, I mean, it's not on the level of Bucks in my opinion, but he still has those frags, which is really a point in his favor. And yeah, Smoke. Also, I think I'm going to have to put him in S tier. The shotgun is so potent with the SMG11. I mean, you can open up rotations, you can one-tap people. His ability is amazing. Like, people say, oh, Smoke's ability is only good for the last 30 seconds when you can deny the plan. No, it's good the whole game. It's good for whenever they try to plan, or you just need to slow them down to wait for a rotation to come in. I mean, yeah, Smoke just does it all. He can frag, he can hold down sight by himself. And he's another one of those operators I think is going to be able to do a lot more of the reinforcing because he doesn't have that much setup. Tachanka, I mean, S tier, obviously. Not much needs to be discussed there. No, but in reality, we know he's there. Just an immobile character. What can you do? Thatcher's going to be S though. I mean, did receive the nerf, but he's still just too strong. I mean, look at all this. He disables Echoes, he disables Bandits, he disables Jaegers, he disables Malusis, he disables Mutes, he disables Pulse, he disables Cade, he disables Legion, he disables Mozzie, he disables Ella's. I mean, Capcom's everything. He disables so much stuff. With one, he can disable so much stuff, and he gets 3 EMPs. I think as long as you have a very coordinated team, Thatcher is still going to be just as strong as he was before. Paired with the L8, it's a good combo. Thermite, I mean, You would expect me to put him in S because I'm a Thermite main, but no, he's a A tier. Still opens up the most wall as a hard breacher. I think he's just the most efficient. Just does it quickly, does it fast. Ace takes a little bit longer, but he's alright. The gun, not great. Slow rate of fire, but high damage. Strong. Twitch. I'm gonna put Twitch in B. I think her ability just comes up a little short compared to others like Thatcher and maybe Zero. I will talk about that later, and like Maverick and stuff. F2 is great. Just takes a little bit to get the hang of. Valkyrie, easily A. Just does the best intel work that out of anybody on defense. You get so much intel from her 3 cams. She has a Nitro Cell. EMPX with a little practice is a headshot machine. Vigil, gonna be B as well. Just don't think there's much place in the meta at the moment for a roamer. That's one thing is roaming. This is the reason that Cav is so low, is she just doesn't do anything else other than roam. Her whole kit is designed around her roaming. Whereas you look at other roamers like Jaeger, I mean, you deny those grenades, Bandit, you deny getting the wall open, Pulse, easy Nitro Cells, you're calling out information for your team the whole time. Wamai, A tier, becoming a much stronger alternative to Jaeger than we thought he would be. He can catch up to 8 grenades, which is kind of huge, and you can keep throwing those out the whole game. The longer you live, the more utility you're getting out of Wamai as a deployable shield. New MP5K with the 1.5 scope. It's gonna be really good. I love Wamai as well, so I'm glad to see him get these buffs. Warden, easier still. I mean, not a great gun, not a great ability. I don't think he's got going for him. He's got decent secondaries and a Nitro Cell, but that's really not enough. Sophia, A. Even with the loss of an ACOG and stuff like that, she's still going to be the best fragging that also brings utility. I think she brings more utility than an Ashe, and with the concussions, you can clear rooms, impacts can clear barbed wire, clear up maestros and stuff like that, open up walls. Gun's still great. She has a better secondary than Ashe, but no, yeah, just the solid fragging force, and yeah, that's gonna be it. So thank you. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you hopefully with some actual ranked content. Thank you.